Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my Facebook Live. My name is Nita Mazzero, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria, Australia. Not to get confused with Horsham, England. Anyway, if you're watching, please say hi. So if you see the red live button up the top there, you know you're watching Facebook Live. If not, you're watching the replay. Or you may be watching it on my YouTube channel, and that is because Facebook do not keep the lives for more than 30 days, which is a bit of a disappointment. So I'll put it out there so that you guys can watch it. So anyway, I will just get my iPad working because Facebook hasn't been very kind with comments, which is a bit of a bummer because, you know, I like to be able to see the comments and go from there and see who's watching because it's the way it is. So just get in there so I can see, because I don't want to miss out on anyone's comments. Is that not what we need to do? Yeah, here we go. There we go. Right, now it looks like I'm there. I'm ready for your comments. Yes. So don't forget to say hi if you're out there, and we will be going really well today. So as I said, it's another Monday, and Mother's Day is not far away. It's crept up on me to realise that Sunday week is Mother's Day. This year's going too fast. Also, we've got a bit over a week to go for our new catalogue, and that goes live tomorrow week, and that's a lot of fun. So I'm going to turn the camera down and I'm going to chat with you about some of the things that are out now and what you can do and show you some products. So just one moment, I'll flip the camera around and I'll just line up with what I'm doing so that you can see. So I'll just move this out of the way. So I think I've got that pretty square. I hope I have. Looks like I have. Okay. Paper Pumpkin is out now. Now's the time to order for the May one if you haven't already subscribed. It is subscription. So you'll get your Paper Pumpkin pack. Your first Paper Pumpkin gives you a block, and you only get it on your first subscription. Now, last week, if you were watching last week, let's see, we went through it, and I made the 3 cards that are in the kit. So I went and made those with you last week. So then I went and made a couple more because I was challenged by my good friend Lucia. When she stayed here, we die cut these little pieces. And she said, I'd like to see what you do with it. My Paper Pumpkin hadn't arrived then, hadn't even looked at it, but they work perfectly with this. So I'm not sure what set she used. So that's what we're doing now. Okay, that's that. So I'll pop that away. Now, what I discovered after the live is I put my stamps on a little plastic sheet on there and then put the stamps on and pop that on. And then I thought, oh, yeah, I'll just throw it back in there. And then I looked at the shape. And these you can buy separately, and these are the Stamp and Die storage. And they fit perfectly in one of these. So I can keep them all together in my storage and have all my paper pumpkin pieces together so that if I'm looking for a stamp that's on here, because the stamps are beautiful, I've got them. I can use them. So absolutely great idea. They all fit together so they can either stay in your box while you're still working on them, or you can put them away with the storage. So that's our paper pumpkin. So if you haven't subscribed, hello Cherry, hello Sharon, how are you both? So there we go. If you haven't subscribed, you've got till the 10th of May to subscribe, and the 11th of May it comes out of your account, and I found it took a bit over so I'd say 10 days, 7 to 10 days to arrive to me. And I think it depends where you are. Sharon, how long did yours take? Cherry, I'm not sure if you subscribed, but I know Sharon did. How long did yours take to come? Because I reckon it took between 7 to 10 days, and that's counting the weekend, not business days. So, great fun playing with these. We've also got a few days, we've got till the 4th of May left for our April product of the month. Absolutely beautiful. Just this one big die. Absolutely brilliant. Perfect. I put a magnet strip on my, to hold it in. I don't like the sticky. It just goes everywhere because when you close it up, when you're using the magnet, the sticky sticks. Of course it would stick, wouldn't it? Sticky. So it is absolutely lovely. That's how the die cuts out. And you can, like I've just played there, like just poked out the little pieces. I've just done that one on some foil just to see it. You thought you stuffed up, everything else had come through. What do you mean, Cherry? Sorry, I'm a bit lost on your thought. And I made a card out of it. And so you can see I've got the card base and the card. Bring it down, sorry. So it's I bring it up so you can see in the background. It is absolutely stunning. And you can sponge it, you can do what you like. It is just beautiful. Sharon, you had it in about 10 days? Yeah. And because it comes completely separate to any other order, especially if you've ordered products at the same time, it comes totally separate because our sticker is on the back. So, yeah, just comes like that and they pop it in the mail. So, yeah. Oh, you thought you'd subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. Oh, so you missed out on the first one. Sharon might be able to help me here, but I'm pretty sure once you've subscribed, you can get back subscriptions, I think. I certainly know at the moment you can buy the refills for $26 for those that have subscribed. So you have to have subscribed to get it, and you get the refills. And also what is available for that once you've subscribed, you've got this pack of dies. Now these two, of course, match the Lakeside Retreat one, and the next one's called Sparkling Celebrations. So I would assume that this here and maybe Wonderful, and then you've got Butterflies and Flowers, and they are for the next 3 months. So you've got this little pack of dies. And If you did think you're subscribed and you're not sure, Cherry, I would contact Stamping Up just to see whether you did or not. So, yeah, I might chat with you after my live and see what we can work out for you. So anyway, so the one in May is Sparkling Celebrations, which should be a lot of fun. And the colours, look, that you get a little sample of the colours. So I'm saying Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana. I'm saying could be Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, Misty Moonlight, and Secret Sea or Navy. Oh, you're going to contact them today. Oh, good. Because sometimes these things do go astray and it's worth contacting them. So anyway, that's what you can get with those. And as I said, tomorrow week, our catalogue comes. And I can then show you what's inside. At the moment, I can't show you anything. So it's not far away. And I love the new style of catalogue. It's a really easy one to flip through. I mean, not flip through it. And new ink colours are beautiful. And our new ink pads are so easy, absolutely brilliant for closing and everything else. I don't think we're going to get many inks all over ourselves. Hello, Fiona, welcome. So, yeah, I'm really liking these new ink pads, and certainly I would say anyone that's got arthritic problems, like I can open it with one hand quite comfortably. I think the reason a lot of the other ones broke was because not everyone could handle opening these ink pads, whether you did it this way or the other way. And they would break really easy there. So, and that's happened to me a couple of times as well. So, really good to see those. And eventually all our ink pads will be magnetic. It will take time for it to happen, but yeah, just be aware of that. But yeah, next week, I won't be able to show you next Monday because it hasn't gone live, but we've got an idea on that. So, great stuff happening at the moment. Right, we'll move that out of the way. Today I'm going to do a Mother's Day card because, as I said, Mother's Day's just around the corner. So I had an old pack of our 25 to 27 in colour. So this has got your Secret Sea, Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, and Cloud Cover. So I thought, yeah, I've got some nice paper there, so let's do something with this. But then I thought, okay, where am I going to go? So then I got out the Forever Florals. And this die has been a favourite of mine, actually this one as well. So I thought, right, I'm going to, oops, get this out of the way. Get myself all caught up in all my bits and pieces. So I took a piece, and so here's all the colours, so you can see them. So I like this floral, but then I liked the opposite side, and I thought, oh, that'll make really good. So this is what I'm using. So I'm doing the Strawberry Slush one today. So I've cut out everything to make it a little bit easier because it is time consuming and it does take time. So I have, let's get me bits and pieces out. Okay, it's just not wanting to do it today. So I've die cut, oh gosh, it's all sticking together. I have got an adhesive sheet on the back. So when it's something fine like this, you want to be able to do it. So I have cut this one out and this one out. And as you can see, the paper was like this. But I'm going to work on that in a moment. So I've done that. So I've got a piece of white, a little bit larger than this. I'm going to stick on it. We're going to trim it down. You'll see what I'm going to do there. And then I've got a piece of white for my insert and some Strawberry Slush for my base. So that's the Strawberry Slush is 21 by 14.9, and I've scored it at 10.5. So we'll fold that over and burnish that down. So I've picked up also, I'm going to use this little stamp out of here, which I've got on the block already. I'll pop that out of the way. Oh, and I've also used this die here for my sentiment. Put them out of the way. Then I've gone and taken an old stamp set, and the only reason I've got this old one, because this has got Happy Mother's Day. But there's an also You're Simply Marvellous, which was perfect for the Mother's Day. You could use You Are Loved Beyond Measure. I can't thank you enough. I mean, these are sometimes some beautiful sayings that you mean the world to me, also for Mum. You know, there's beautiful things. And I don't have a mum anymore, unfortunately. She's passed away a long time ago. But I do send to all the girls in my family that are mums, because just to let them know that I appreciate how they look after my grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So that's what I do. So there's my bits. I'll put those away over here. Got my envelope. I've got a strip of cardstock for the envelope. So what I'm going to do, just move things out of the way. I'm going to take, I think I might need to replace that. It's getting pretty dirty. So I've got some dark granny apple green. I'm going to take my die cut and I'm just going to colour the leaves and the edge. So I'm just going to come around. I'll only do it just carefully. I like the fine tip, and that's because I feel I have more control than using the thick end. So I'm going to colour around the outside as well. And this is something I didn't do on my other ones that I've got ready for you, because I only decided on this about 5 minutes ago. We are women. We are allowed to change our mind, aren't we? So I'm just picking up the leaves. So how was everybody's weekend? I can't believe this weather we've got at the moment. I mean, considering that April is nearly over, we're into May, it's just unbelievable. Just colour in here. Oops. Now, you may be able to see it already, but because of the different reds under here, it gives an autumnal look to the leaves, because that red is shining through the granny apple. So where it's white, you're still seeing the green, but you're then seeing a different tone in the red. And I was surprised by that. And that, to me, makes it a beautiful way of adding the leaves and giving I could have put this down onto the card just as it is, which would look really pretty. But, just add something a little bit different. I'm also picking up all the little fine branches that are there, or stalks, whatever you like to call them, branches. Yeah, it's not a tree. It's a floral arrangement. I'm just picking up, bringing that in there. Just, oops, another one here. It's surprising, when I was doing my others, I had stuck them down and then realised that I missed a leaf or two. But that doesn't matter. It was easy fixed. I'm just going along because this is going to give me a border and it's going to add another tone of colour into it. You never thought of colouring coloured paper, Fiona? Well, and when I show you what I've done with the other colours, it's, yeah, because the coloured paper, I think we underestimate the DSP because we often look at it and just say, okay, that would work really well on our card. But just taking something, because the pattern of the paper, well, this is what I feel. So you're getting it from my toilet roll psychology degree, whatever you like to call it. My opinion on it, but I just think it helps when you blend. It does pop through and it does give a gorgeous tone to all this. And I think with anything that we do, let's face it, it's trial and error. So we just can grab a small piece of DSP if we're not sure, and just test it. I mean, we don't have a lot to lose if it doesn't quite work out. But yeah, I just thought it's a nice way of doing something different. Yes, you're right, Cherry. We certainly need to get some rain. Hello, Jacinta, and welcome. How was Riley? Hope you enjoyed your lunch with her. It's nice to have that mother-daughter time. Just getting the colour. You just look to see where the stalks or the stems or whatever you like to call it are in the design. And then we just come through, just like so. I don't know if anyone's been to Bright in the autumn. We did some years ago, and it is gorgeous to see all the beautiful leaves and the autumnal colours are just beautiful. I love Bright. It's a really pretty spot. Mount Beauty is another spot that I think is absolutely gorgeous. I can remember when we went up, the snow hadn't fallen, but we went for a drive up to Mount Buller, and it was hairy. You've got yellow markers on the side of the road, and then it's just a sheer drop. Oh, she's on night shift. Oh, poor Riley. That messes with you a little bit. Yeah, so I remember the sheer drop. I'm sitting, was on the side, passenger side where the sheer drop was happening, and all of a sudden, flying around the corner, comes this car and caravan down this hill. Frightened the hell out of us. And yeah, it was just the sheer drop as we were doing the climb. Yeah, I don't think I'd be wanting to tow a caravan up those hills, but people do. And maybe because it was my first time up there, it just gave me a bit of the heebie-jeebies. Nearly finished, so not too bad. I wasn't sure if it was going to take how long it was going to take today. Just adding the colour. So, no footy for Jacinta this weekend. What about you, Cherry? Did you have footy on this weekend? Sorry if I'm not talking. Hello, Glenda. Oh, you're FaceTiming with your little granddaughter. Oh, that's precious. I think any time when you've got grandchildren, and especially if you're FaceTiming them, they're great. I remember one of my grandsons, I was FaceTiming him, and I think he had the phone up to the roof. I think I saw more of the roof while he was talking, but it was still nice. Oh, you under the light? Oh, that would have been nice, cherry under the lights, and a win as well. Yeah, under the lights for an Anzac Day match would have been amazing. Hello, Vicky. Welcome. So for those that have just joined in, I've taken a piece of our 25 to 27 DSP and I've die cut it out, and now I've got it on a piece of adhesive because it's so far. Oh, she's only one. Oh, she would be gorgeous. Nothing nicer than talking to the littlies. So yes, I've just die cut it, and I'm now just to add a little bit of colour to it. I've got granny apple green, dark granny apple green, and I'm colouring all the leaves in this die and around the edge. So I've nearly finished all this bit. And we're just going to take this, and there we go. So there it is. So if I bring it up closer, you can see how the red is popping through, and it just gives a beautiful different shade to the whole thing, when the page. So this is the side that I used, and this is how we've got this effect. And I think it's turned out really nice. So I'm just going to grab the other die, which is this little small one, and I'm just going to quickly do the leaves on this one as well. Might as well, while I've got it out, and do it, because this one's for the inside. Because I found out we can, if you're careful enough and you wriggle it around, when you've die cut this, what's left in the centre will allow you to cut this out. So you're not wasting any paper. And that's also handy to have. So what's your little granddaughter's name, Glenda? Of which one, Vicky? It's the, oops, get the right, Forever Florals. This particular die here and this die here. I love this set. It's absolutely beautiful. So we just... So it depends too on where the die has landed on the paper, because the paper has some really dark areas in the Strawberry Slush and some areas are lighter. So that gives it a very different look when you use the blends over the top. So who has the Forever Florals? Billy. Oh, that's a sweet name. I like that. My grandchildren are all grown up now, most of them. My youngest grandchild is 11. So running very differently to when they were little. But still, they grow up. But I still keep in contact with them, which is lovely. Because I think it's very precious to be able to enjoy the time with your grandchildren. And now that I've got a couple of great-grandchildren, 3 of them to be exact, I enjoy going around and spending time with them. Okay. So there's that done. So this seems to be more lighter, but so it's got a different tone in the flower, in the leaves than what it had before. Good afternoon, Kayla. Welcome. So we're just having a go with some DSP and the Forever Florals. Okay, so that's the end of the colouring. No more colouring. So I've cut this piece larger than this, and that's because I'm going to be sticking it down. I'm then going to trim this down to make it the same size. It's a really good set to have, this particular one, because you can just do so much. Hello, Miss Kay, welcome. Just peel this carefully off because it's so delicate. You can use glue, but my tip for you, if you are using glue, is to pop it on and then wait till it gets tacky or clear before putting it on, and then it won't run. You have a 24, 23, 18, 16 and 1. Wow, that's a bit of a gap, isn't it? Well, mine starts at 32, 33, it's nearly 33, down to the 11-year-old, and then I've got 5 down to 4 months old, the great-grandchildren. So, yes, don't ask me all their ages because there's too many of them. Okay, we'll just carefully take that off because we don't want to tear it. And that allows it to, by peeling it as you're putting it on, it allows this to come off cleanly and this sits nice and flat because we don't want it all over the place. So I'm just going to grab my little trimmer because this will allow me to get really close to take the excess off. Just take that little bit of white off. Probably should have moved this one over a bit further when I did it, but anyway. I think I've got it. I might straighten it up a bit more. Always the worry when you're doing little fine slivers. Yep, that's got it. Who thinks we need to, Stampin' Up need to bring this little trimmer back? What I might do is just bring you in a little bit closer so you can see, if it'll allow me. There we go. You're a little bit closer. It's always hard working out how to get it correct and right for you. So we get this. There we go. So I've got no white borders. And we'll clean that. So then I'm going to just lay this flat on the secret seed. So the secret seed is showing out the top. So this one's going to be very different to the original that I did, because the others I got on a roll and kept going. I was never going to make a shaker out of one, and then I remembered that my table would not be very good for a shaker, as I found out when I tried to make one a while back. It just ran everywhere because this must be a very small lean on the table. There's no way it was going to stay. So there we go. So by colouring the edge, it's given it like another layer, another dimension of a layer. Okay. Now I'm going to take this away for a sec. Take my label, make sure I've got it the right way up. I'm going to take my Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to take sweet little Annie. She's still plodding along. So while she's plodding along, I will keep using her. It's just a habit because she's there. Is what Secret C? No, I've used old olive, dark old olive blend, okay, to create that look. If I bring it a bit closer, you might be able to see the colouring. I'm just waiting for the camera to pick up. Oops, I got a bit too close. Sorry, girls. But there you go. Yeah. So I'm going to stamp with my Versamark and pop that in the middle. I'm going to get my gold embossing powder. And just I know I had it there. There it is. There we go. Did I say Secret C? Oh, cool. Well, I must have Secret C on the brain. Sorry, Kay. I'm just going to heat this up. Just watch that colour just pop through. I love it when the shine comes through onto our embossing. Now I'm going to get, I've got a brush with a bit of Secret C on it, but I don't want it heavy, so I'm not even going to try and add. So I'm just going to put a little bit of colour. Strawberry Slush. I said Secret C then, didn't I? Strawberry Slush. Wow. So they're both SS's. That's the problem. God almighty. Probably because 90% of the time I use Secret C. Okay, so I'm just adding a bit of colour around there. And now I'm going to get some granny apple green, which I think might be a bit too green. Just let me test this out on here. Yep, I might not use that. I might go old olive, only because of the colouring that it looks like. It's a gorgeous font, isn't it? Hello, Leanne. Welcome. I think that's how I say it. Is that correct, Leanne? So I'm going to stamp off the old olive and then just stamp off and pop a couple of flowers. Yeah, just the two. And the old olive will look blending better with the other. So I'm going to pop that there, but I want some ribbon behind it. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of this ribbon, which is discontinued, but I was looking for something to go, so I'm using a mixture of discontinued. Oh, it is, Leanne. Thank you. I'm glad I didn't butcher it on you. So, yeah, I've cut it in half because I wanted that finer look. So I'm going to quite a bit of it here, so I'll cut that in half, and I'm going to use the two strips. I want to make a big bow. Oh, I'm trying to get it to go together. All right, let's get my bow going. Let's get a nice big bow. There we go. Let's get that out. And I'll just open it up a bit. Come on. There we go. Pops out. So I want to pop that about there. Now grab a glue dot. Pop underneath there. Sit that like so. Get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. And I'll throw that on the floor. So now I want to pop that like so. So I'll look at where to put my dimensionals. And got to the end of my pack, so I might as well use up all the scrap pieces because why throw them away? Take that, pop some. Just pop some up there. Yeah, I've just got to remember over here. It's in between, that'll work out really well. Take off the backs. And we're going to sit that. Just pull that around a little bit. Sit that like so. There we go. Look at that. How pretty is that? Okay. So now, where did I put them? A minute ago. You know, you move stuff around and then something goes missing. I think that's the law of crafting, isn't it? There they are. Got, and these are probably retired as well, but these are Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. So I'm going to pop some of these over the card. I've got some clear ones there, but I don't want the clear ones. Oops, that didn't go in. So I might use one there, one there, and then I might use a couple of the small Pretty in Pink ones, just on the centres of the flowers. I don't need a lot, because I'll show you one where I did use a lot. And one more to make the uneven number, because you can't have an even number, can we? Definitely not. And of course there's one thing that we have to do. Isn't that right, Kay? Get a little bit of wink and just splatter over that. Want it very feminine looking. So there's our front of our card. Lots of splatter. Hope you can see it on the screen. And just very soft and gentle there. So now I'll do the inside. So this, of course, as I said before, was cut from the middle of that. And because I already had the adhesive sheet on it, I've got that on. So I'm going to pop that there. I'm not going to worry if some of it comes off, because it won't matter. Just get it the starting point, which is always the most difficult part. Once you get the start, it's not too bad. I just want to get it rolling. Here we go. Comes through, and I'm just going to pop that like so. Carefully. And that's the advantage of having adhesive sheets. I think every crafter should have them in. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. So then I'm going to get the old olive and I'm going to stamp You're Simply Marvellous. And this is the way I want it to go. And let's put this just over to the side. I'm not going to pop it in the middle, just to one side. So I've just got that like so. And then I'm just going to glue that in. And I didn't put too many layers because I just wanted it to be something quick and simple that you could make. But you can add layers if you wish. I'll show you one in a moment with layers. Right, there's our card. Now, I've got my envelope. And I'm going to use the opposite side to what I used for the die cutting. I'm going to take this floral, put it up the right way, and I'm just going to pop it to one side of the envelope. Just pop a bit of glue. Make sure I got pretty much down. And just pop that onto the envelope. Now I know it's on the side where the stamp goes, but it doesn't matter if the stamp goes over the top, over part of it. Give the postie a thrill, won't it? And then we just trim off the excess. And there we are, ladies. There is our cards. So there's one I made before where I didn't colour it. I just left it like it was and extended the white. And because the white was a little bit harder, because unfortunately when Stampin' Up do it, they don't quite get it right. Thank you, Kayla, Fiona. So then, none of these others have got that piece on it, but it'll give you an idea of card. So there I've done it in the oranges. So that's in the Timid Tiger. Then I've done it in the Darling Duckling cloud cover, and I use Secret Sea in here. And I had lots and lots of these little pearls, so I used all these little pearls all over it just to give it a really sparkly look. And then I've got the Secret Sea one. Now with the Secret Sea, I used my white Posca pen. So this is a unique little pen. I can use it for splatters or whatever. So we did the white because when I went to look at it to see how to colour the leaves, I had no idea. So we went for white, and I think white gives it more of a cloud cover look, which would have been good if we could have used more cloud cover. So there we go. There's all the cards. So as you can see, that's today's, and that's what we've done. So I hope you've enjoyed what we've done today. Oh, I'm out of screen. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to work out where I am, but of course it doesn't always work. Yeah, it's perfect for Mother's Day, and that's what I wanted. And if you doing a few, this is a great way. And it also makes a nice little set if you wanted to gift box it to somebody with all the different Mother's Days in the different colours. So I hope you enjoyed that. I've enjoyed making it for you. It was a lot of fun, and it was lovely. And thank you, everyone, for your comments. I really appreciate that. So I won't take up any more of your time today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next Monday, same time, same place. And who knows what I'm going to make next Monday. Catch you all later.